breaking news.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight. A lot is developing in our community right now. We begin with the protest over George Floyd. He's the unarmed black man who died after a white police officer in Minneapolis knelt on his neck for nearly 9 minutes. A vigil for Floyd was held tonight in Des Moines. For the first several hours, it was peaceful with hundreds of demonstrators. However, as you see right there, around 8 p.m., it began to escalate with protesters approaching the line of police and police in turn trying to disperse them, and that's where tensions started to rise. This is a scene outside there. You can see downtown Des Moines. Photojournalist Liza Gabaracourt took that photo. As you can see, tensions starting to rise. Police and protesters getting very close to each other. There, the window to a Des Moines police squad car damaged. Of course, however, we mentioned the first few hours were peaceful. There we have protesters peacefully demonstrating. This was sent to us from one of our viewers named Aaron, holding signs that hashtag BLM for Black Lives Matter. Again, hundreds gathered beginning at 6 at the Des Moines police station for a largely peaceful protest. And again, that did begin to escalate. Right now, we have a crew down there. It's where we find Local 5's Matthew Judy tonight live on the scene. Matthew, what are you seeing?
Well, as you just mentioned, Eva, a lot has obviously transpired over the last few hours. I want to make it very clear that at the start, from 6 to 7, this was a peaceful protest on both sides. The officers stayed in the police station, and as you mentioned, several hundred people gathered outside the police station. More as a rally than it was a protest or a riot to honor George Floyd. But around 7:30 or so, that all started to go downhill. Protesters who stayed behind made their way around the police department. And actually, I want to show you this. I don't know how well you can see it. This is a police car right here behind us. All of its windows smashed in. That is about the time things went downhill. Somebody who was right on scene told me protesters surrounded police cars, started hitting them, and then by the time we got here, protesters were face to face with officers in riot gear. That lasted for about an hour or so, and then just before 9 o'clock, things really went downhill. Fireworks and tear gas started going back and forth from side to side after police officers had tried to peacefully disperse the crowd, and that wasn't working anymore. So tear gas was sprayed into the crowd. It sent people flying all throughout the East Village. They really cleared about a 9-block radius, and you can see what is left. This right here is East 2nd and Court. A few police officers are still around, but a lot of debris. So what was a peaceful night to start with? Again, several hundred peaceful protesters right outside the police station, just wanting to make their frustrations heard. And then what transpired after? Well, you can kind of see the remnants of it. A police car with windows bashed in. The Embassy Suites, the first floor of their windows here in the East Village, all of those smashed in by people throwing rocks. By the time we got there, they went running. So a lot happening here. Really what has turned into a very sad situation after what was a peaceful protest that started this evening. And that was all the organizers asked for, was to be peaceful, but that didn't happen. So a crazy few hours here in downtown Des Moines. As you can see, a lot of debris still left. For now, live in downtown Des Moines, Matthew Judy, Local 5 News, we are Iowa.
Thank you so much, Matthew. Stay safe out there. A lot of hurt in our community right now, and we hope that everybody stays safe.